YTPC, Buckeye Piper. Happy Sunday. Sunday, big Sunday this Sunday. Lots going on. Hopefully you enjoy a lot of pipes today because it is gorgeous out here. It's almost 80 and the rain is gone and hopefully it stays away. But smoking on some Peter Stokely Bullseye Flake today in my Sav 673 9mm with a Blitz filter in it from Germany, charcoal. Trying something different. We'll see how it goes. So, also enjoying a cup of Pneuma coffee. If you could see, that's in my Game of Thrones mug, which starts tonight. So I'll get to that in a second. Super excited. So a couple big things I'm really excited about today is Game of Thrones starting back tonight, and the Masters, which is being played right now. Anyhow, Pneuma coffee. Guatemalan flavor is what I have. Chris Bean Piper, I was fortunate enough to win one of his gauze and sent me a couple bags of coffee. Fantastic, delicious coffee. If you haven't tried Pneuma coffee, I'll put a link below deck to both Chris's channel and Pneuma Coffee's channel. And support my Ohio friends from the YTPC. He's in Cincinnati. So I was a Columbus guy. He's a Cincinnati guy. Hot right now, but man, is that good coffee. Highly recommend it. So I'm looking forward to trying some other blends. That's the Guatemalan. If you haven't caught Old Berg's video today, OMS Pipes doing a really cool deal, 15% off pipes. I did pick me up a Devil's Ants, so looking forward to that coming in. It was a great deal. It's a sitter too, so that's awesome. Pad hit me real bad yesterday. I binge watched Hatfields and McCoys on Netflix. I know it's 7 years old. It's been out a while. If you haven't seen it, man, it's a good show. A lot of pipe smoking in it too. Really good miniseries. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about pipes today, and a little bit about sports, and a little bit about life, right? That's what my channel's about. So so definitely Masters, right? I did not realize and I'm slacking, they've moved the tee times up, so they're actually out. Tiger Woods is through 8 right now, I believe. Shoots 1 under. He's 1 behind the lead. I'm rooting for old Tiger today. He has 4 Masters championships, hasn't won a Masters since 2005. So can you imagine 14 years in between your Masters? He's got 4 green jackets. Tied for second most all time, behind my boy from Ohio State, an Ohio product, Jack Nicklaus, who has 6 Masters, and a beautiful tournament in Dublin, Ohio, known as the Memorial, which is played Memorial Day weekend every year. Grew up probably about 30-40 minutes away from that area. But pulling for old Tiger today. He's got some tough competition. Francesco Molinari is playing amazing golf, and he's the leader by 1 right now. Then you got Tony Finau, I can't pronounce it. He was the guy last year that dislocated his ankle during the par 3 contest. If anybody watched that or seen that, I was training in Atlanta and remember seeing him jump up. He hit a hole-in-one, I believe, jumped up and landed, twisted it, dislocated it, then played the Masters on it. I think he finished 10th on a dislocated ankle. That's beast mode right there. But that's awesome stuff. So be watching that. I'm going to tune in, flip on here after I'm done, and smoke some pipes and watch Tiger go after number 5. See if he can get it. I seen an interesting fact today that the times that Tiger's been in 11 under going into the final round, he's won all the tournaments that he's been, all the Masters that he's been in 11 under. The problem is he was in first place in all those. He was in second by 2 today, and looks like he's gained a stroke back already. So, very good stuff. So Game of Thrones tonight. How many Game of Thrones fans are out there? I've been looking forward to this for a year. Binge watched 1 through 7 a couple times. The dogs are out here with me today, so if you hear them getting a little rowdy, apologize for them. Uh, but a lot of folks have been waiting for this Game of Thrones. This has been basically 2 years coming, right? They didn't put out anything in 18, so it's been since 17, I believe, that season 7 came out. And this is the end. I think there's 6 episodes, and they're a little bit longer. So I'm going to give you my theory. So if you haven't watched 1 through 7 and you're binge watching, and then you're going to catch 8 later, tune out, because there will be maybe a spoiler or 2 in here. For everybody else, none of the spoilers, if you've seen 1 through 7, none of this is going to be a spoiler to you. It's just my random weird theory, right? So, but anyhow, if you stuck around, here it is. So there's a couple theories. Number 1, the Night King is really Brandon Stark, which will be interesting to see how that plays out. I do think there's some truth there. And I haven't read the books, so I have no insight. And I don't watch the fan pages, so I really am just going by just a few things I've seen on the internet and Facebook, and just things that I've observed in the show. But what's really going to be interesting, here's how I think it's going to play out. And I would love to hear everybody's theories down below. First of all, we kind of know that if you kill one of the main White Walkers, everybody that White Walker turned dies. You remember that? We've seen that in either 6 or 7, where John killed that one with, I want to call it, it's not Bear Claw, it's Long Claw, where he killed one with Long Claw. And when that White Walker died, all those that he turned died, right? So that was interesting. So that leads me to believe that if the Night King is the main White Walker, if you would kill the Night King, would you kill every other White Walker out there? My thought is yes. Again, I have no inside information. I'm not trying to wreck spoilers. This is just John's theory. But my thought is yes. So, how I see this kind of playing out in my mind, I think an interesting take would be that Arya Stark, a faceless man, right, takes the face of one of the chief White Walkers, gets close to the Night King, kills the Night King, and thus kills the army of the dead. I think that'll play out if it happens that way. Again, I have no inside information. This is just one random ass theory that's way off the wall. Probably not even going to be close to true. But I just think that that's a possibility. There's a million other possibilities. We'll see how they play out. I do think there'll be a lot of death tonight. I think they'll lose some main characters tonight. I asked Mrs. Buckeye, I said, so what main characters will make you mad if they get killed? And she came up with 3 characters / beings. Her number 1 is the dragons. So if any more dragons gets killed, she's going to be pissed. Number 2, Tormund Giantsbane. She's a big Tormund fan. And then number 3, Tyrion Lannister, who may actually be Tyrion Targaryen. So at the end, what do you think? Is somebody going to sit on the Iron Throne? Or, in my thought, I think it'll go back to 7 kingdoms ruled by 7 kings. I don't think there'll be one autonomous leader over the whole 7 kingdoms anyway. I think this breaks it up. I think there's too many characters. They're going to kill a lot of them off. A lot, you know they are. George R.R. Martin's already said it's going to be a bittersweet ending, so you can expect some big names to go. I kind of expect at some point Jon Snow will probably be killed again. I expect Daenerys Targaryen will get killed. So it's going to be something weird. It's going to be something like Tyrion finds out that he's a Targaryen and he takes over as a leader, You know, I think he makes it through. Just because, I don't know, just because I think that he makes it through. But anyhow, million theories. If you have any inside information, I just ask, don't put anything down below that is a spoiler. If you've watched any of the spoiler videos on YouTube or anything else, or caught information, inside information, don't spoil it for me or anybody else. I'd ask you not post that. But if you've got a wild theory, I'd love to hear it. What would be cool is if one of us had a wild theory and that's what happens, and we're on video and record today saying here's our wild theory. But really looking forward to Game of Thrones tonight. So I don't know, this luxury bullseye flick, I don't know if I've got something going on with my taste buds. Nothing's really been cutting it for me lately. Smoked Stonehaven last night for the first time. It was just okay. You know, didn't really get a lot of flavors out of that. There's the dogs. Annie! Gotta get them in line every now and then. But I don't know. Maybe something going on with my taste buds. Nothing's really jumping out at me. This isn't bad, but nothing's wowing me like the Rainier Gold wowed me the other day. So anyhow, getting a little long-winded. Couple things. Check out Pneuma Coffee. Check out Oldberg's video for OMS. He's got a giveaway going, and OMS, I think through today, has 15% off anything except for coffee, I believe, on their website. I got me a Devil's Ants. It's real acider. Oh, it looks sweet. Wanted to get a Molina Devil's Ants, but daggone Garbage Man Piper Mel keeps buying them all up. I can't catch them, but watch Hatfield and McCoy's. If you do, you're going to get Pad. You're going to want a Devil's Ants. It hit me hard. Great show, though. Seriously, watch it. We'll see what happens with the Masters. And we'll be back to talk Game of Thrones. So, may do a couple more videos today in either my 80s series or my noob. I got to finish up that daggone Codger video series, but I've been slacking on that. So, we'll see. I'll get it eventually. Anyhow, everybody, wishing you all the blessings in the world. You stay safe out there. We'll catch you next time.